Cardinals. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Cincinnati. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. What?
That's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him. But instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. A give running right, Drake. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 22. Andy Dalton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rodney Gunter showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
368. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Take 4, take 4. Watch that.
Here's Dalton. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Check 50, go 368.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Watch the run. They're running it. Nice. 80 weapons. Come.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now to the air, Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
2-by-2. Move. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. I got wide. Bravo. 43's the mic. Check 2-by-2. Move. Hey, check 24.
So Dalton now. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
68. Watch the shit. 49, check 49.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the ball. He's coming. We got it.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Here you go, Cam. Heavy. Bang. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 31.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Pick it up, Wyatt. Pick it up.
Running, it's Drake. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to him him here on third down.
56, the muck, boy, 56. Check 56.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Hot. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Let's go. Come on.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
To throw here, Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, 29 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Murray now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. We got to get the ball, D. Mike 56. Mike 56.
On second down, here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Murray with a third and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
56. Mike's 56. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Here's Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down is Murray. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Murray from midfield. Screenplay, Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half from Murray. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
To throw again. Dalton. To Mixon on the check down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Check, 368.
Check. Fresno.
Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
I got him.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cassius Marsh providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Kevin Huber now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he fields it cleanly. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Right back to Drake. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10 on the ground. This is Johnson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray, and the pressure gets to him again. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Go, go, go. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, pick your game up. Where'd he go? Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
They're going for it. It's Murray. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Hands up. Lead.
Bring it. Bring it. Jab. Slam. Slam.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
Loss of 7. Brings up 2nd and 17. At the 49-yard line.
Here you go. 368.
43 is the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run.
368.
He's checking crap.
It's hot.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Dalton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. They'll start the drive with Drake. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Murray now on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And a big loss falls here as he's taken down. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Lucky.
Murray and company going for it on fourth. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's